Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek. Today I am going to discuss the topic of reasoning, and the name of the topic is parallel line arrangement. So this is the topic under sitting arrangement. Like before this we have already gone through linear sitting arrangement, and if we add some more concepts to the linear sitting arrangement, so the topic is parallel lines arrangement. Okay, so what we are going to do here, like as the name implies parallel sitting arrangement, so definitely there will be two parallel lines, right? And before starting this parallel line arrangement, I would like to share one thing, that we should have a clarity of the directions. Like when we talk about the directions, then we all know that there are four directions: north, south, east and west, right? North, south, east and west. Like if I say that there are two parallel lines, so there must be either in north and south directions or east and west directions, right? So like if I say that there are five people in row 1 and all of them are facing north, and there are five people in row 2 and all of them are facing south, so this thing can be made like in row 1 there are five people and all of them are facing north. That means they are facing upward, right? And if I place the name here, like I say that A B C D E, these are five people and all of them are facing towards north. And if I say in parallel to row 1 there is an other row that is called row 2, and all the people in row 2 are facing towards south. Let us give the name. The names are P, Q, R, S and T. So just I am writing P, Q, R, S and T. So friends, there are certain things that we have to keep in mind while solving the questions of parallel line arrangement. Like when we were talking about a line, so there was two ends of a line. Like if I'm talking about row 1, so the ends are A, E, and if I'm talking about row 2, so P, T are the ends, right? Okay, like in row 1 if I'm talking about any person like A, B, C, D, E, whatever, so the left right of an individual will be your left and right. Like if I say about C, so left of C will be B and A respectively, and right of C will be D and E respectively. But in the contrary, if I ask in row 2, because all of them are facing toward south, so if I ask about an individual, so right and left will be interchanged. Like if I ask about R, so in left of R will be S and T, and right of R will be Q and P respectively, right? Okay, so if I ask you a question, like you just have to answer in yes or no, right? My question is, B is sitting in front of the person who is third to the right of T, right? So what I am saying, B is sitting in front of the person who is sitting third to the right of T. T is right, that means 1, 2, 3. That means the statement that I spoke was correct, right? Okay, so this was the basic funda of the parallel line arrangement. First, what you have to do, you have to make the rows, like in which directions you have to denote the rows, like in north direction or in south directions. Thereafter you have to start the question separately, like you start making the individual components and then combine all the components and make the final arrangement, right? Okay, let us come to the question, how the question will be. So my question will be like this. As you are looking the name of the sheet, parallel line arrangement, and the question is direction. Study the following information and answer the question below. Right, 10 people are sitting in two parallel rows containing 5 people each, in such a way that there is an equal distance between adjacent person. In row 1, in row 1, A, B, C, D and E are seated. All of them are facing north. That means row 1 should be here and all the people are facing towards north. Thereafter, Thereafter, let us draw a row 2. L, M, and O, P are seated and all of them are facing south. That means row 2 must be here and all of them are facing towards south. Therefore, in the given sitting arrangement, each member seated in a row faces another member of another row. Like B sits second to the right of D. So friends, the first thing that we have to do, we have to search for B, like in which row B is sitting. So B is sitting in row 1, like right in this row. So here B sits second to the right of D. So if we place D first, so B is sitting second to the right of D. Okay. Thereafter, the person facing B sits to the immediate left of N. So we can write it as the person facing B is sitting immediate left of N. So that means this person should be N, because the person sitting in row 2 are facing toward north, towards south. So that means this should be the direction. The person facing B sits to the immediate left of N. Thereafter, L sits second to the right of N. Okay, so second right of N will be this, and L sits second to the right of N. Okay, thereafter only two people sit between L and P. So right, if we talk about right of left, if we place P on the right of L, so there will be more people than that of 5. But we have to make only 5 people seated in one row. So there must be P here, because he is saying that only two people sit between L and P. Right? E is not an immediate neighbor of D. That means E should not be here and E should not be here. In these two positions, E cannot be there. Thereafter, O does not face E. Okay, that means O should be here, because E is not here. E is not here. O does not face E. Okay. Thereafter, C neither faces N nor sit at extreme end of the line. Right. That means C will not come here. C can come here, but C does not sit at extreme end of the line. That means E can be here. Right? Okay. So we can search in row 1 which person is remaining. Only A is remaining. So A can come here. And if we search in row 2, so M is remaining. So M can be here. So friends, this was all about my first question, where we had the directions in the form of two parallel lines. So friends, likewise the other questions, once we have gone through the arrangement, when we have made the arrangement, we can do the questions easily. Like coming to the questions, like the question is which of the following statement is true regarding O? So let us search option number A. L sits to the immediate left of O. It is wrong. It is wrong. Only three people sit between P and O. It is also wrong. O sits exactly in the middle of the row. This is true, because we are looking here that O sits in the middle of the row. Thereafter, my second question is, who among the following is facing A? If we check, N will be the answer. So here option number D. Question number third, who among the following is facing M? So if we check M, so answer will be E. Okay. Thereafter, my fourth question is, four of the following five are alike in certain way on the given arrangement and hence from a group. Which is the one that does not belong to the group? Okay. Let us check NO, the group of people sitting adjacent to each other. CE, again adjacent. AB, adjacent. PO, PO is not adjacent, so PO does not belong to that group. Right? Okay. Coming to the fifth question of the first set, like what is the position of C with respect to B? So this will be third to the left of B. So third to the left. Okay. So option number B will be the answer. Right? Okay. Coming to the next question, question number 6 to 10. Like the question is, study the following information carefully and answer the question given below. Like 10 people are sitting in two parallel rows having 5 people each in certain way that there is an equal distance between adjacent person. In row 1, Roy, Thakur, Singh, Gupta, Saini are seated and all of them are facing towards south. That means row 1 will be facing towards south. Thereafter, in row 2, Mishra, Yadav, Rathod, Agrawal, Patak are seated and all of them are facing towards north. That means the person sitting in row 2 will be facing toward north. Therefore, in the given seating arrangement, each member seated in a row faces another member of the other row. Okay. So the statement is Patak sits third to the right of Yadav. So first search for Patak, like Patak is in row 2. So Patak and the person facing in row 2 are facing toward north. So the Patak sits third to the right of Yadav. So if we place Yadav here, so Patak sits third to the right of Yadav. That means first person, second person and third person. That means Patak should be here. Okay. Thereafter Mishra sits second to the left of Patak. Okay, that means Patak is here. So Mishra must be here because Mishra sits second to the left of Patak. The person facing Mishra sits on the immediate right of Thakur. So friends, we can make it as the person facing Mishra sits on the immediate right of Thakur. And whoever will be the person will be facing towards south. That means Thakur must be here, right? Thereafter, only 2 people sit between Thakur and Gupta. That means if Thakur is here, so Gupta either can be here or Gupta can be here. We have two situations. Gupta can be here or Gupta can be here, right? Thereafter, neither Thakur nor Roy faces Agrawal. Neither Thakur nor Roy faces Agrawal. That means okay, one statement is remaining. Roy is not an immediate neighbor of Thakur. That means Roy can be here or Roy can be here because he is saying that Roy is not an immediate neighbor of Thakur. Okay. Thereafter, only 2 people sit between Roy and Singh. Only 2 people sit between Roy and Singh. So if Roy is here, then Singh must be here, and if Roy is here, then Singh must be here. Okay. Thereafter he is saying that neither Thakur nor Roy faces Agrawal. That means Agrawal cannot be here, but Agrawal can be here. Only one place is left for placing Agrawal, and he is saying that neither Thakur nor Roy. That means Agrawal is here, so Roy cannot be here. If Roy is not here, so that means inevitably Gupta must be here. And if Gupta has seated here, so inevitably Roy must be here. And there was a statement like only 2 people sit between Roy and Singh. So if Roy is here, so Singh must be here, right? So we can search from row 1 and row 2 like the people who are remaining. If we check for row 1, so Roy, Thakur, Singh, Gupta and Saini. So here Saini is remaining. So inevitably Saini must be on the left place. And if we check for row 2, like Mishra, Yadav, Rathod. Okay, Rathod has not been done. So inevitably Rathod must be here. So friends, my final arrangement will be like this. Okay. Okay, coming to the questions, like the questions that we can answer. Question number 6. Who amongst the following is facing Saini? If we check, like facing Saini, answer will be Mishra, C. Question number 7. Which of the following statement is true regarding Gupta? So if we check, Gupta faces one of the immediate neighbor of Rathod. So Gupta faces one of the immediate neighbor of Rathod. This statement is wrong. Thakur is one of the immediate neighbor of Gupta. Thakur is one of the immediate neighbor of Gupta. This statement is also wrong. Thereafter, none of the given statement is true. Let us check for the statement D. Singh sits on the immediate right of Gupta. Singh sits on the immediate right of Gupta. So friends, this statement is correct. Right? Okay, let us come to the question number 8. The question is, who among the following is facing Rathod? So if we check facing Rathod, answer will be Thakur. So here option number A will be the correct answer. Let us check for question number 9. What is the position of Pathak with respect to Agrawal? So Pathak with respect to Agrawal, if we said, so immediate left will be the answer. So immediate left, so our answer will be C, immediate left, right? So friends, I am not going through the question number 10. You can look, you have done the arrangement and you have the questions. Okay, I am coming to the next question. Like the question is question number 11 to 15. And the question is 12 friends are sitting on two rows such that they are facing each other. Praveen, Pappu, Prince, Pankaj, Pranav, Piyush are seated in first row and facing south. That means row 1 must be here and all the people sitting in row 1 are facing toward south. Thereafter, Renu, Ruchi, Rinki, Reshma, Roshni and Ratan are seated in second row and facing north. That means the person facing in row 2 are facing toward north. Thereafter, like if we go for the statements, like Ruchi is on the immediate right of Reshma. Ruchi is obviously in row 2, right? Ruchi is on the immediate right of Reshma. So if we place Reshma here, so Ruchi must be here on the immediate right of Reshma. Ruchi is on the immediate right of Reshma, who is facing Praveen. That means here Reshma is facing Praveen. So if Reshma is here, then Praveen must be here, right? Pankaj is on the immediate right of Praveen. So if Praveen is here, that means Pankaj must be here. Thereafter, Renu, Piyush and Prince are at the extreme end and nobody is seated right of Piyush. That means Piyush must be here. And if we check the number of people, those are sitting in one row. So Praveen, Pappu, Prince, Pankaj, Pranav and Piyush. That means there are 6 people, right? So there can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or there can be one person sitting in between, right? So we can check whatever is the situation. Like he is saying that Renu, Piyush and Prince are at the extreme end and nobody is seated right of Piyush. So if Piyush is here, that means Prince must be here. Prince must be here. Okay. And Renu. Renu is also there. Thereafter, the statement is only Ratan is seated between Renu and Roshni. So friends, for this Ratan, Renu and Roshni, we need 3 places. And if we are looking for the 3 places, that means Renu must be here. Ratan is seated between Renu and Roshni. That means Ratan must be here. And if Ratan is here, so obviously in the previous statement, we have studied that Renu is at the extreme end. That means Renu must be here. And if Renu is here, so Ratan is sitting between Renu and Roshni. So Roshni must be here. So friends, thereafter Ruchi is on the immediate left of Rinki. So Rinki must be here, right? Okay, let us do the reading once again. We are missing some statement. Ruchi is on the immediate right of Reshma. Ruchi is on the immediate right of Reshma has been done. Pankaj is on the immediate right of Praveen. Pankaj is on the immediate right of Praveen. This has been done. Renu, Piyush and Prince are at the extreme end and nobody is seated right of Piyush. So this has been done. Only Ratan is seated between Renu and Roshni, and she is not facing Pappu. That means Ratan is not facing Pappu. That means Pappu must be here, right? And if Pappu is here, so that means one person that is remaining. So let us check Praveen, Pappu, Prince, Pankaj, and Pranav. That means Pranav must be here. So my final arrangement will be this. Like, okay. So it's my request to all the students, those are studying this question, those are looking this question, all have to make the arrangements on their copy separately, right? Okay, so let us go through the questions once again if we are done with the arrangement. Like question number 11 is who is facing Prince? So if we check Prince is here, and who is facing Prince? So obviously answer will be Rinki. Thereafter question number 20, which of the following pairs is at one of the extreme ends? So Piyush Roshni is not at the extreme end. Prince Roshni is not there. Renu Pappu is not there. Rinki and Prince are at the extreme ends. So our answer will be D. Question number 13. Like who is facing Ratan? If we check who is facing Ratan, so Ratan is here, and in front Pranav is sitting. So answer will be Pranav. Question number 14. If Praveen is related to Rinki in certain way, Pranav, if Praveen is related to Rinki in certain way, okay, and Pranav is related to Reshma, then which of the following will be related to Pankaj? So will of the following will be related to Pankaj? So answer will be same, Ruchi. So answer will be A. Right? So friends, again I am leaving the question number 15. Once we have done with the arrangement, so you can come up with the solutions, not a big task. Okay, I am coming to the next question number 16 to 19. Right? So friends, this question is, there are 8 classrooms located on both sides of a corridor in a college. Each of the classroom is allocated to exactly one of the 8 course courses: mechanical, electronics, electrical, civil, IT, CS, automobile, aeronautics. There are 4 classroom on one side and 4 classroom on other side of the corridor. So friends, we can think about like 4 classroom on one side. So this can be this can be like this, or this can be like this, right? Okay, we don't know the entrance is from this direction or in this direction, but we can take any of the direction as the entrance, right? Okay, so the question is, the statement is, the electrical and civil classroom are not on the same side of corridor. So the information is not given about either about the electrical or civil classroom, so let us leave it. Second statement is, CS is allocated third classroom from the entrance. So friends, if the entrance is in this direction, so CS can be here or can be on the row up. We can take any of these two. CS is allocated third classroom from the entrance. The automobile classroom is the last classroom on one side and is farthest from electronics classroom on the other side. Okay. This time we cannot fill it. Question statement number 4. The electrical classroom is the first classroom on the same side as the CS classroom. That means we can place electrical here, because he is saying that electrical classroom is the first classroom. Okay. Thereafter, aeronautics and IT have been allocated alternate classrooms. Okay. The mechanic classroom and the mechanic classroom is opposite the IT classroom. Okay, so friends, let us have the reading once again. Like the first statement is, the electrical and civil classroom are not on the same side of the corridor. That means if electrical is here, so civil cannot be here, right? Civil will not be here. Okay, CS is third. This has been done. The automobile classroom is the last classroom on one side and is farthest from electronic classroom on the other side. That means if we place electronics here, so automobile classroom is the last classroom on one side and is farthest from electronics classroom. That means automobile must be here, right? Thereafter, electrical classroom is the first classroom on the same side as the CS. This has been done. Aeronautics and IT have been allocated alternate classroom. That means aeronautics and IT must be here. Okay. The mechanical classroom is opposite to IT. So mechanical must be here. And if mechanical is here, so IT should be here. And if IT is here, then aeronautics must be here. And if aeronautics is here, then one class that is remaining. Let us search. Mechanical has been done. Electronics done. Electrical, IT, CS, automobile, aeronautics. Okay, let us search once again. Mechanical, electronics, electrical, civil. Civil is remaining. So civil must be here. So friends, this is my final arrangement. And once I have done with the arrangement, I can give the answers. Like question number 16 is which classroom is farthest from the electrical classroom? So answer will be aeronautics. C will be the answer. Question number 17, like the mechanical classroom is alternate to which classroom? Mechanical classroom is alternate to automobile classroom. So answer will be none of these. My question number 18 is if we count from the farthest end of the corridor, IT classroom is at what position? So IT classroom is on the third position. So our answer will be 3. Right? Likewise, we can go for the question number 19 also. So let us come up with the question number 20 to 24. Like the question is 12 people are sitting in 2 parallel rows containing 6 people each in such a way that there is an equal distance between adjacent person. In row 1, P, Q, R, S, T and V are seated and all of them are facing south. That means row 1 and facing south. In row 2, A, B, C, D, E, F are seated and all of them are facing north. That means in row 2, all the people are facing toward north. Therefore, in the given sitting arrangement, each member seated in a row faces another member of other row. Like the first statement is S sits third to the right of Q. If we check for S, so S sits third to the right of Q and S is in row 1, that is facing toward south. So S sits third to the right of Q, that means S must be here, and after 2% Q can be here because S is sitting third to the right of Q. Thereafter either S or Q sits at extreme end of the line, so we can think about either this will be an end or this will be an end. Okay, the one who faces Q sits second to the right of E. So whoever will be the person facing Q will be sitting second to the right of E. So we can place E here. Okay. Thereafter, 2 people sit between B and F. So 2 people sit between B and F. And if we check for B and E, so these two are in row 2. That means there can be a situation like there will be 2% between B and F. Thereafter, he is saying that neither B nor F sits at extreme end of the line. So friends, this is very clear that the situation can be B and the gap of 2 and F, or F the gap of 2 and B. That means this must be the situation. Like this end has been, this end has gone. Right? That means there must be a person here also. Thereafter, the immediate neighbor of B faces the person who sits third to the left of P. So friends, if we are taking B here, the immediate neighbor of B faces the person who sits third to the left of P. That means P cannot be here. That means B will definitely be not be here. That means B can be here and a gap of 2 F must be here, right? So we can eliminate this thing from here. This has been done. Thereafter, the immediate neighbor of B, that means E, is facing the person who sits third to the left of P. That means P can be here. First, second, third, that means E can be here. Okay, this can be done. Thereafter, R and T are immediate neighbors of each other. If we are talking about R and T, both are in row 1. That means R and T must be here. But on what position? We have to search for this in the question. Thereafter, C sits second to the left of A. That means C sits second to the left of A. The arrangement should be like this. Like if we check for question number for row number 2, so D is remaining. That means D must be here. Thereafter, my last statement is T does not face the immediate neighbor of D. That means T will not come here, T will come here. And if T has come here, then R must be here. And if we check for row 1, so one person that is remaining is V. So this is my final arrangement, right? And again, friends, once I have done with the arrangement, we can go for the questions very easily, right? Like if we check for question number 20, who among the following sits at extreme end of the rows? So SD, no. QA, no. VC, no. PD. So PD will be the right answer, right? If we check for question number 21, who among the following faces S? So A will be the answer. Thereafter, how many persons are sitting between V and R? So obviously 2 will be the answer. Question number 23, if P is related to A in certain way, P is related to A in certain way, S is related to B, S is related to B, to which of the following is T related to? So we can check, answer will be C, right? So likewise friends, we have done with the questions like 4 set we have done with. Okay, so after this I have an assignment for you. Like I want to give you a question, right? That you people have to try at your home. Okay, so let me look for the. Okay, so friends, the question is. So friend, the question is question number 11 to 15, right? You just take the snapshot of the screen, question number 11 to 15. This is based on the floor based question, right? And we will discuss this question in the next class when we will covering the live class, right? So friends, I guess you will be able to do the questions. Thank you so much.